So today, let's go to Mexico! Oh, grabe sigaw ko, no? Pero hindi sa Pampanga, but dun tayo sa sasakay ng eroplano o bongga, di ba? Gawin natin yan by preparing a very simple meal o set talaga to, ha? This is a nacho set. Or pwede mo din gawing tacos. Pwede ding with rice. Very, very basic and magugulat ka na ganun lang pala ang paggawa nun. So first, let's start by preparing the sour cream. Homemade sour cream ito because I know pagka nilagay ko lang na sour cream, wala po akong mabili niyan. Wala pong tinda dun sa local supermarket namin. So I have here 2 cups of cream. You can use heavy cream or you can also use all-purpose. And then into that, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice. You can also use lime juice. You can also use calamansi juice, no? So you just mix it with a wire whisk and makikita mo lalapot yan. Oops, I'm going to get some salt. And you also season it with salt. Konting asin lang. Yeah, see? Lumapot. Because the acid will make the cream curdle. Kaya magiging malapot yan. Perfect na sausawan ng nachos or simply a perfect condiment for any Mexican meal. Okay, so that's it. And then I'm going to put this inside the fridge. Okay, now let's prepare the guacamole. So, I have here, di ba, para siya mortar and pestle, but this is called the molcajete. Di ba, ang bongga? Molcajete, no? May nabibili po niya sa mga specialty food stores and gawa daw yan sa volcanic stone and perfect for preparing your fresh guacamole. So, ayan, you just scoop out your avocados. Nung pumunta ako sa Mexico, matagal na yon, naalala ko when they prepare the guacamole, talagang sa harap mo or even pag sa street food, no? Pag sa street food, pag umorder ka, tsaka pa lang sila magtatadtad ng guacamole or mag-crack-crush ng guacamole. Which is very, very important because you want to retain the fresh flavor and of course the nice color of the avocados. So yan muna, baka masyadong sumikip. And then I'm going to put some tomatoes. This is onions, some wansoy, and of course, the secret, kailangan gumamit ka ng lime. Pag naman wala kang lime, you can just use lemon juice or pwede din ng calamansi. Lime is very important, not just for the flavor, but also the acidity will prevent the avocados from discoloration. Para hindi nagbabago yung kulay niya. No? It keeps it bright green. And then yan, you just, diba? Bongacious. Yung iba nga dito na nila talaga sinaserve. Para daw talagang napipress mo yung flavor and then just a little bit of salt. No? Yung flavors is na pag naano mo talaga, na-extract mo. Pero kung wala ka namang ganito, di ba? Wala namang problema. You can just use a mortar and pestle or pwede ngang i-food processor mo. Parang sa 2 years or mga 3 years na nasa akin tong molcajete na to, ngayon ko lang siya nagamit for guacamole, no? O, yan. O pwede mo din dagdagan pa ng wansoy because I love wansoy. And of course, kailangan tikman mo. Let's try. Perfect. Next, the salsa. So I have here tomatoes. This is onions, basically for the salsa. Pagsasama-samahin mo lang. And I have here wansoy. You put a lot. And if you want your salsa to be a bit spicy, pwede ka maglagay nitong jalapenos. Nabibili yan na nakabote na. Of course, lime juice. Mix again. You put a little bit of salt. And then you try it. Lakas maka-fresh. Diba? Mexican food talaga. You know, mukhang komplikado, pero the truth is, hindi. Yung parang relasyon nyo lang, iniisip ng iba, it's very complicated, but deep inside, alam mo sa sarili mo na, it's very calm, di ba? And refreshing. O, di ba? Ang bongga. So, basically, this dish, mamaya meron tayong nacho chips or you can also use the taco shell, soft or the crunchy tacos, pwede. Pero syempre, papayag ba naman tayong walang rice? Because rice is life. So, let's make a parang green rice, pero kukulayan lang natin yan ng wansoy. Kaya nga kulay green yung aking kasirola. So, I have here 2 cups of rice, uncooked. And then I'm just going to put here mga isang dakot ng fresh wansoy and 3 cups of water. Mga isang dakot lang. Or if you want more, edi more. O, diba? You just mix it like that. And then, isasaing mo lang yan. Saing lang natin. Kung ayaw mo naman ng wansoy, because some people, ayaw nila yung flavor ng wansoy, you can also use parsley. Turn on the flame, and then yan. Next, let's prepare the beef. So, syempre, meron tayong parang Mexican beef. Yun yung isa sa mga base ng taco mo. So, into my cacerola, turn on the flame. You just put olive oil. And then, magigisa lang tayo ng bawang, sibuyas, tomato paste, and then different spices. So I have here the cayenne pepper, this is the curry powder, this is cumin, this is dried oregano. You can also use fresh oregano, no problem, no? So you just saute your onions, your garlic. Kung gusto mong medyo maanghang-anghang yung beef mo, you can also add more, ano nga ito? Jalapeno. Sa dami ng ingredients, nalilito na ako. Okay? You can put more jalapeno. Ayan, so mag-gisa-gisa ka lang. And pwede ka na din mag-multitask. Dito sa isa kong kaserola, iluluto ko naman yung aking beans. So this is just canned red beans. Igigisa ko lang yan ng konti with some tomato paste and some oil. Ganun lang. Napakasimple. Sa totoo lang, mukha lang ang dami-dami, pero napakadaling gawin. Of course, when you're sauteing, you season with salt, and then you put your spices para lumabas talaga yung kanilang flavors and aroma. So this is the curry powder, the cumin. O yung amoy, parang amoy na nasa Mexico ka na. Cayenne pepper. Kung ayaw mo masyadong spicy, bawasan mo ng konti yung cayenne. And then this is the dried oregano. You can also use fresh. Kapag ginisa mo yung spices, sinama mo sa gisa mo, you're actually bringing out more of the flavors. Ay, ang bango. Tomato paste, and then the beef. This is lean ground beef. You can also use pork, you can also use chicken. No problem. You just make gisa-gisa. While I'm making gisa-gisa this, you get oil, olive oil, and then you make gisa-gisa your red beans from the can. Ayan, so you just wait for this to cook. Ganun lang kasimple. I'm going to put some jalapenos because I like it. Yung may body, may konting spice. But again, this is optional because some people ay masyado nang maanghang para sa amin. And then this one, gigisa mo lang. You just put some tomato paste para maging reddish yung kanyang color. Although red na siya, yung nagmamantika na may konting red-red. Mas mas bongga yun. And syempre, because it's acidic, naglagay tayo ng tomato paste, you also want to season it with some sugar. Konti lang, just to balance the acidity. So basically, itong beef mo, pag naluto yan, okay na yan. Ganon lang kadali, di ba? Pero pagka nag-serve ka ng party, or let's say nagke-catering service ka, maglalagay ako ng Mexican set. Ano yun? O ang bongga niyan, pag nakita mo mamaya. Okay, that's it. This one, I don't want to over-season. Gusto ko lang siyang i-heat and magkaroon ng maglabas ng color. Because yung ibang components ng ating dish ay masyado ng malasa. Ayaw mo naman yung na-overpower. Balance is very important, remember? So pinatay ko na yung apoy nito and we just continue cooking the beef. So the beef is done. I'm going to turn off the flame. And then, syempre, gusto ko cheesy palagi ang buhay. Kukuha lang ko ng small dakot. Di ba? What a term. Small dakot of cheese. Ilalagay ko dyan. Pagka patay na yung apoy because you don't want the cheese to separate. Di ba? So, you just put it there. Let's check the rice. Looking good. Now, let's prepare the cheese sauce. Syempre, di ba? You want to dip the nachos in cheese because you want your life cheesy. So I have here cheese. This is just grated cheddar cheese. You can also use any quick melting cheese. You just put it into your cacerola and then some fresh milk. Now, you might need to add a little bit more fresh milk. Depende dun sa klase ng cheese na ginagamit nyo. One thing na napansin ko, no, nung nagpunta ko sa Mexico, talagang ang hilig nila sa cheese. And isa yon sa nagdadala ng sarap and dinamnam ng mga pagkain. Talagang alam mo yon, hindi tinitipid. Bonggang-bonggang cheese kung cheese. Diba? So ngayon, hindi din natin titipirin ng cheese. So tunawin mo lang yan. If you feel like masyadong malapot, you can add a little bit more of fresh milk. Konti lang. So you just melt it. Okay. Tingnan mo naman, oh. Ganito yung cheesy na gusto. Pagka-cheesy na gusto ko, yung parang ayaw niya humiwalay. Di ba? Parang ayaw niya humiwalay sa akin. Ayan, oh. Oh, di ba? Ang bongga-bongga. So, pwede mo pandagdagan to ng konti pang fresh milk. Pwede din naman ganyan na para masyado na dramatic na, oh. Talagang ayaw niya humiwalay. O, diba? So, now, I think, hihintayin ko na lang maluto yung kanin and we are ready to assemble. But let's prepare a very special beverage. Okay, so, of course, partneran natin ng bonggang beverage to. So, this is mojito na pwede mong lagyan ng alcohol. O, syempre, diba? Mas refreshing. Or pwede din naman, if you have kids, na mga minors eating with you, pwede ding walang alcohol, no? So, in my blender, traditionally, hindi siya bine-blender. Pero, I like doing this kasi mas na-extract yung flavors ng herbs. And I'm putting here mint leaves, and you can also use tarragon. Actually, masarap din, may tarragon, or pwede mo din haluan ng tarragon. And then into this, you put lime or lemon juice. And then you put good honey. I'm using Laniese Golden Clear Honey. It's pure honey and mapapansin mo, oh, malabnaw siya, perfect for beverages. Just a splash. The sweetness, depende sa'yo. You put sparkling water. Kung wala kang sparkling water, you can also use Sprite. And of course, you put white rum. Walang sukat yan dahil hindi dapat sinusukat ang kaligayahan. Pero for example, you have kids or minors, pwede mo nang iset aside to. Ito na lang, you call it mocktail, but this one you call it cocktail. Into the blender. Just quickly. Oh, I forgot. Some ice. Hindi ko na mahihintay yan. So, meron akong baso. And you put more mint, tarragon, ice, and try to pwede mo hintayin ng konti para yung bubbles is mawala, pero hindi ko na siya kayang hintayin. So good. Wala naman po akong pinagdadaanan. Hindi naman porket umiinom ka ng cocktails or alcoholic drinks, may pinagdadaanan ka. Hindi ba pwedeng you just want to enjoy life? And again, pwede mong tanggalin yung alcohol. No problem. So, mas maganda yan pag nag-settle down na, nawala yung bubbles, pero excited! So, iset up na natin yung ating Mexican dish. So, tasting time. Basically, pinlate ko lang lahat yan. O, di ba? Pinasosyal ko and cheers. This is the mojito. Mas naging refreshing siya, of course, because of the honey. And healthier for you because honey is a healthier sugar alternative. Mas natural. So, pwede mo siyang kainin with rice. This is the rice. Naku, medyo lumamig na yung rice ko because of the aircon. But I'm sure it's still very delicious. Or, of course, pwede ding, cheese. Yung nachos na yung ginamit kong pang... And of course, you can put the beef. Pwede ding sa pinggan. Or pwede ding diyan ka na mag-dip-dip. Nalagay ko na nga sa pinggan para hindi na ako nahihirapan at nahihiya ko. Yan. Beans. Get some beans. And then, from there, you dig in. Lahat po yan ay magkakapartner. And ang maganda dito, pag may bisita ka, for example, na vegetarian or vegan, pwedeng dito siya, di ba? Kung may bisita kang gusto naman ng rice, kagaya ko, gusto ko ng rice. You get some rice and no problem because it's also delicious with rice. Pwede ka din gumawa ng burrito. Di ba? Meron kang soft tortilla and then dun mo ibalot. So by preparing this, napakadaling gawin, di ba? Bonggang-bongga. So good. And of course, your mojito. So ano pa hinihintay mo? Magbiyahe ka na papuntang Mexico by preparing this very simple Mexican feast na for sure lalo ka nilang mamahalin and wag mong kalimutang mahalin ang sarili mo. So cheers and enjoy life. See you soon. Naka-go na ba? So, akala nyo, hindi pa tapos ang video. So, sabi nila, gumawa daw ako ng yung parang nacho bake. Yun nga naman ang uso ngayon, di ba? Maski ako when I eat at restaurants, para hindi ka na nagdi-dip-dip. Nandun na sa harap mo lahat, di ba? Ibinuhos na lahat, nandun na. Nasa sayo na. So, it's very basic. Ay, ganito pala yun. Ngayon ko lang naisip, no? So, it has to be done in layers. Kasi syempre, paano kung naghihintay ka ng kaibigan mo, pagdating sa ilalim, ubus na, di ba? So, layer yon. Maglalagay ka sa ilalim ng beef. Pero ito, hindi ko na ibebake. Kasi syempre, I know, ano po ba yan? Bibili pa kami ng oven para dyan sa tinuro nyo. And then, cheese. Alam nyo naman ako, nababasa ko nasa isip nyo na dahil dyan, bibili pa kami ng oven. Oh, yan. And then another layer, oh, para kung late dadating yung iyong friendship. Oh, edi may dadatnan pa din siya. Oh, ayan, may friendship akong dumating. Halika, just in time ka. Oh, mag-hi ka sa netizen. Hello! Diba? And then you put on top. Actually, nasa sa'yo yan. Kung ano yung mas type mo, yung nandyan na, nakahayang lang, bahala sila maglagay. Or if you want yung ganitong style, kung saan ka happy, yun ang gawin mo. Siguro pag halimbawa magpa-potluck, di ba? Yung magdadala ka sa kapitbahay mo, mas maganda yung ganito para isang tray na lang ang binibit-bit mo. Or sa restaurants, para mas konti ang hugasin. And then, you just put some cheese. Because the cheese is melted, you really don't need to bake this anymore. But if you want the toasted effect, I'm going to show you how. Basically, you're just going to use a blowtorch. Pero actually, ito maganda na. And if you want color, you can also put some salsa. Oh, di ba? Hindi ka nalugi niyan. Hindi ka nalugi dito sa video na to. Ang dami mo nang natutunan. And then, you just get a blowtorch. Wag na po kayo magsabing bibili pa ako ng blowtorch. Diyos ko, magkano lang po ito sa Lazada. Parang, o sa Shopee din, baka sabihin, Lazada lang ang pinromote. Magkano lang po ito? Parang 60 pesos, 60 pesos. Diba, o? Torch mo lang. Hindi naman required yan. Para lang restaurant style. O, diba? And then, ready ka nang pumunta sa party. Bawal pa pala party ngayon. Limited party lang. Pwede ka nang pumunta sa kapitbahay mo. Pero, of course, huwag mong kakalimutan yung lalagyan. Kung dadali mo sa kapitbahay mo, ilagay mo na lang sa disposable. So, totoo na to. I'll see you soon.